I neglected the stream so bad. Sorry, guys. Oh, fuck. I feel embarrassed. Let's go find a game. I'm gonna watch this cartel video. There we go. Hopefully there's no hackers, right? So I'm gonna learn about this. I'm gonna react to this cartel video that says like Mexican Yo quiero agua. It's supposed to be like a cartel torture shit with like killer clowns. So I'm very curious about this. I'm gonna react to it. Disturbed reality videos, bro. This shit gotta be crazy, bro. So they wear like creepy clown mask, walks around with guns and shit.
Welcome back to Disturbed Reality.
Oh shit, it's the British commentary. You know this shit gonna be violent.
Once again, I'll be covering another brutal cartel video. Now, this video in particular isn't one of the well-known ones, but it's brutal nonetheless. And once again, the culprits or the perpetrators of this act
Sicarios.
are the CJNG cartel, the Jalisco New Generation cartel. And, you know, I am still waiting on royalties from El Mencho for covering these topics. Who knows how that will work out. But anyway, before I get into the video, let's talk about a little backstory.
Dude, right now I'm not sober, by the way, guys.
The perpetrators behind this video were the CJNG cartel, and more precisely, this video or this crime is believed to have been orchestrated
Which doctor was here to analyze this too?
Fabian Urbino Morales, also known as El Payaso. Now, of course, El Mencho Nemesio Oseguela Cervantes is the leader of the CJNG cartel, but obviously, with a cartel the size of CJNG, El Mencho cannot run the whole organisation himself. So what the likes of El Mencho will do, he will appoint like various bosses, commanders, to take control of certain elements of the cartel and certain areas in which the cartel operates. Think of it this way. If you work in retail, I'm sure you guys are aware of local area managers, where the managers will basically oversee the shops in that specific area.
I'll push with him. Damn. Forgot it's not like MW2 where you take no fall damage. Dude, I keep fucking up. I like how his name is Fan, bro. Okay, let's watch this fucking cartel video. I'm sorry.
That's essentially what a lot of these big cartels do. They will have lower down bosses who look after certain areas in which the cartel operates. One of these men was Fabian Urbino Morales, who is also known as El Payaso. That translates to the clown in Spanish. He got this nickname as he worked in the circus when he was a younger man.
Worked in the circus, damn. These motherfuckers be having lore.
During his criminal career, he kept one signature from his circus days, the clown mask. And in fact, even his henchmen would wear the clown masks. At the start of this video,
damn, henchmen.
CJNG members wearing their clown masks and showing off their weapons. It's unknown whether Fabian Urbino Morales was one of these men. Fabian Urbino Morales and his henchmen began with a group by the name of Los Metros, a criminal group established in Reynosa, who were originally a faction of the infamous Gold Cartel. Rumour has it that El Mencho and his people recruited Los Metros when they saw the way they executed their rivals. They cut them up and burned them in gasoline drums. El Payaso and his group of sicarios were making waves with their brutality. El Mencho just had to recruit them to his ever-growing
Fuck,
CJNG
dude. Fucking
empire,
camping.
and that's exactly what he did. The Los Metros quickly became a cell within the CJNG
Damn, creepy
organization.
clown Mexican cartel
So
members about to get
Fabian
worse.
Lavino Morales was making waves in the criminal underworld. However, this didn't last long, as he was arrested on the 29th of January 2020. He was arrested in the state of Michoacan. However, despite El Payaso's arrest, it's still believed that his group, the Los Metros, are still operating in Tamaulipas and potentially other states in Mexico. So yeah, El Payaso, thank God, is now behind bars, but his brutal legacy still lives on. One of his most well-known
Damn, surprised they even
acts
arrested
of torture
niggas
and
still.
brutality was captured on film. The video depicted the brutal torture of a rival cartel
Fuck,
member.
what?
Now, the victim in the video, from my knowledge, hasn't been positively identified,
Damn.
but it's widely believed that the victim belonged to the La Familia Michoacan cartel, who the CJNG are currently at war with. But anyway, let's talk about the video itself. That's why you guys are here, right?
Fuck.
The video is commonly titled Yo Quiero Agua,
Niggas are
which
cooking.
in English translates to I want water.
Fuck,
The
faggot.
clip is around 30 seconds long. The video depicts a suspected cartel member who's had his face completely flayed and skinned. Now, you don't see this happening, but you basically see the aftermath, and the victim is still alive. So yeah, all of the skin on his face has been completely removed. Nothing that resembles facial features are there anymore.
Damn.
No skin, no lips, no eyelids, nothing. All that remained were his eyeballs. The video is extremely visceral, and sometimes when you watch these sort of videos, you're actually surprised by how the human body looks after acts of brutality, because this video, it almost looked like one of those 80s slasher movies, you know, like with the practical effects and whatnot. To me, it just looked so jarring, so weird, I guess I would say. I'll be honest, it almost didn't even look real, but unfortunately, the tape has been confirmed to be indeed real. And yeah, as I mentioned, the tape is around 30 seconds long, and throughout the tape, basically it's just his captors mocking him and basically rejoicing in the pain in which they've put him through. Throughout the duration of the video, they ask him questions, including, do you want water? To which he replies, Yo quiero agua, which means I want water. And yeah, throughout the video, they basically mock him, fuck with him, and like I said, basically just rejoice in the pain in which they've put him through. It is hard to see, but it also looks like they've actually skinned some of his chest as well. So yeah, they've really put this guy through it. They've really made him suffer. And, you know, while the video is visceral
This is
and
fast.
gory, and a lot of people
Damn.
would be shocked by this video, to me it's not the actual gore that is the most disturbing thing about this video. When it comes to pure gore, it takes a lot to shock me. But the thing about this video, it's not even disturbing from a gore point of view, in my opinion. It's just extremely creepy. Like, first and foremost, how the guy actually looks after his face has been skinned. The best way I can describe it is, you know, his face has been completely removed, but it still looks like he's got a constant grin on where his face should be. It's really hard to explain, but it's a really messed up visual. But the worst thing about this for me is how the guy actually sounds when he's interacting with his captors. Obviously the guy is in immense pain, but his voice, it just sounds so raspy. It almost sounds demonic, to be honest. I don't speak Spanish, but the guy just didn't sound human anymore. He sounded, I guess you would say, animalistic is probably the best term to describe it, but the audio and how the victim sounded, in my opinion, was the worst thing about this video. Again, it's not necessarily the gore, but to me the visuals and the sounds of this video are just a little creepy, a little unsettling, you know? And yeah, all in all, not a pleasant video to look at, and once again, I would implore you guys not to search for this video if you're affected by this sort of content. I was actually put onto this video by some subscribers, and I saw people online basically compare this to Funky Town. It's not Funky Town bad, but it's definitely a gnarly video. And by the way, in regards to Funky Town, I heard a few rumours that in the EUPHXRIA mixtape, that is a myth, doesn't exist. Just wanted to put that out there. But yeah, EUPHXRIA, definitely a brutal video, a really creepy video, as I said, and yeah, shout out to you guys for pointing me in the direction of this video. Big up to you guys. And also I wanted to shout out the channel members, you know, who have joined to support the channel. That's much appreciated.
Sup, Pants Monster? Just been watching some horror videos. Like he's explaining like cartel shit, like the like videos that like include torture. Like he's describing them like real videos, cartel videos. People are brutal, man. Let's go, W's. I'm gonna prestige sooner than I think. The most gruesome video of 2024. Damn, he got videos of the Hades, of Haitians eating people. What the fuck? I'm not watching these videos, by the way. I'm reacting to the description. I don't think I could stomach a video that terrible. Oh, hard hat. Let's see how I do on this joint. Pants Monster doesn't want to talk to me no more. This motherfucker hates me. This motherfucker hates me. Motherfucker hates me. Yep. This motherfucker hates me. I wonder if I can get this gun gold. Let me see. She really curious. What weapon level am I? Dude, I'm almost gold, bruh. This is a part of me getting prestige, bruh. Mastering this MP5 and shit. After this, I want to do the PPM1, whatever the fuck that shit called. I don't mind doing that join again. Let me watch another cartel video right now. This shit got me. Alright, let me find the cartel video.
Etc. Though I very often fail to mention the infamous Dagestan massacre video that depicts the murder of 6 Russian prisoners of war that took place in September.
Fuck, I wasn't looking.
1999. Obviously, the clip itself is insanely graphic. However, that isn't necessarily what sticks with me the most. Instead, it's the utter sense of hopelessness that the video conveys.
Damn, Russian soldiers that are captured? Oh, fuck that.
Perfectly encapsulates feet
you
through
know
reality
you're not winning that war,
and
but you can do
brutality of
fucked up
war.
shit to the
And
soldiers.
given the fact that the majority killed in the Dagestan massacre
What
video
the
were
hell?
not even in combat of their own accord,
Hold up, I'll join back in a
instead
second.
they were conscripts drafted into the Russian army with no say in the matter.
Damn,
The
that's
men
even worse.
killed, much like us, would have had their dreams, ambitions and goals, as well as loving families and friends, though the state viewed them as mere numbers, cannon fodder to be thrown into the meat grinder instead of being human beings. Conscription has been a topic of conversation here in the UK in recent months, with army officials recommending it in the face of an uncertain world. And naturally, such statements have caused much debate in the UK. I have my own opinion on conscription. Right now, due to reasons I will not explain, I resent the thought of fighting for this country. As someone from a working class background in the UK, the disdain in which the political elite, corporate elite, and the upper middle class have for regular people is palpable. When we vote in a certain way that doesn't fit the narrative, for example Brexit, we are branded as stupid and accused of being small-minded figures. But when it's time to fight, they want people like us to swim in a sea of blood. While they...
Let me hear what this guy has
I
to say. He
resent
might be
the
based.
thought of fighting for this of conversation here in the UK in recent months, with army officials recommending it in the face of an uncertain world. And naturally, such statements have caused much debate in the UK. I have my own opinion on conscription. Right now, due to reasons I will not explain,
Nice.
I resent the thought of fighting for this country. As someone from a working class background in the UK, the disdain in which the political elite, corporate elite, and the upper middle class have for regular people is palpable. When we vote in a certain way that doesn't fit the narrative, for example Brexit, we are branded as stupid and accused of being small-minded figures. But when it's time to fight, they want people like us to swim in a sea of blood, while they and their kids dine in Westminster, all while still virtue signalling from their ivory towers.
Damn.
Aside from my personal feelings towards the governance of the UK, the real issue is the immorality of forced military conscription. At the heart of the immorality of conscription lies the violation of personal liberty. Each individual, I believe, has the God-given intrinsic right to make choices about their own life, including whether or not to participate in military conflict.
Damn, God given.
Conscription undermines this autonomy by compelling individuals to fight in wars that they may not believe in, for causes that they may not support, and in ways that may violate their personal or moral beliefs. This coercion is fundamentally unjust, as it treats individuals as not autonomous agents, but as rulers of the state. Consider the young men and women who are conscripted into services. Many are just beginning to carve out their paths in life, pursuing education, careers, and personal dreams. To force them into a situation where they must kill or be killed is a profound violation of their rights. The
Damn it.
compulsory
I was
service
fucked
can
either way.
derail their futures, causing lasting psychological and physical trauma. The right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is enshrined in many democratic societies, yet conscription stands in direct opposition to these principles. Ethical governance demands that the state
Fucking faggot
respects
getting in my
and
damn
protects
way.
the rights of its citizens. However, conscription reflects a failure of this responsibility. When a government enforces conscription, it prioritizes its own objectives over the well-being and moral agency of its people. This practice is often justified under the guise of national security, yet it is rarely scrutinized.
Okay, is he gonna talk about the
for its
gore
ethical
video, or
implications.
he's actually rambling too
Furthermore,
long?
conscription often disproportionately affects working class communities. Such groups, already facing systematic inequalities, are often left with fewer resources and individuals' efforts in the active conflicts across the globe. Countries that has spanned decades, involving numerous ethnic groups, political factions, and a military regime known for its severe brutality. To understand the current situation, it's important to delve into its historical context, the key players involved,
Fucking
and the
bitch.
human rights abuses committed by the military junta. Myanmar, formerly known as Burma, gained independence from British colonial rule in 1948. The country is ethnically diverse, with numerous groups such as the Bamar, the Shan, Karen, and Rohingya, as well as many religions. The colonial strategy of divide and rule exasperated ethnic divisions, and post-independence Myanmar struggled to forge a unified national identity. Almost immediately after independence, conflicts erupted between the central government and various ethnic armed groups seeking greater autonomy or independence. The Ethnic Karen National Union, KNU, and the Communist Party of Burma were among the first to take up arms. These conflicts set the stage for the ongoing tensions and violence that we see today. In 1962, General Ne Win led a coup d'etat, establishing military rule under the Burma Socialist Program Party. Ne Win's regime was marked by isolationist policies.
Okay, I don't care. I want it.
Stark reminder of the brutal reality of war and the effects of dehumanization. As previously mentioned, the military in Myanmar have been guilty of committing horrific war crimes throughout the years. However, despite that, some of those in the armed forces are in fact conscripts, with no choice but to fight for the military government. Refusal can result in long-term prison sentences, torture, as well as even execution. It is unclear as to what the backstory behind the video is, and quite frankly, due to a lack of resources online, it hasn't even been fully confirmed that the victims were in fact soldiers, though titles of the video's upload seems to suggest that they were. This video is a tough one to explain due to a variety of reasons, but be prepared to take a journey into utter depravity, fueled by decades of hate. But nevertheless, what happens in the actual video? The video itself is a long one, at 9 minutes and 58 seconds in length. The clip has been shot at the dead of night in a rural type location. As you play the video, you see 4 captives who are sitting on a road, all of which have had their hands tied behind their backs. They are surrounded by rebels who are all carrying a myriad of different weaponry. But nevertheless, what happens in the actual video?
What is the guy's name? Is
The
Fuhrer.
video itself is a long
Like
one,
Hitler or
at 9
something?
minutes and 58 seconds in length. The clip has been shot at the dead of night in a rural type location. As you play the video, you see 4 captives who are sitting on a road, all of which have had their hands tied behind their backs.
I'll join back in a second.
They are surrounded by rebels who are all carrying a myriad of different weaponry, knives, machetes, swords, and firearms. A few seconds into the clip, one of the captives, as he is sitting on the ground, is being interrogated by a rebel who is carrying what looks to be a makeshift machete, though, despite it looking makeshift, it's incredibly sharp. The rebel is holding him by the hair as he shouts at him, asking questions. While he is interrogating the victim, he takes the machete and attempts to slice off a man's left ear, though you can't see it, as the left side of his face is not visible to the camera. The man with the machete, however, then proceeds to slice off a man's right ear, which is visible. The blade cuts through the ear like a hot knife through butter, and in the space of a second, the man's ear is hanging off his head, only being held on by a couple of strands of skin. Blood leaks profusely. The killer continues to ask questions, and the victim's tone of voice changes. It sounds as if he is trying to fight back the tears. The killer then once again cuts on the left side of the man's face, and once again, you cannot see it fully. However, you then see the man's left ear fall into his lap after being severed. The machete-wielding psycho continues to interrogate the poor man, and he then pokes the machete hard into the man's face, possibly hitting his mouth. Blood then leaks further. The victim tries his best to answer the questions, but again, you hear him struggle to hold it together due to fear and immense pain. The interrogator then raises his voice. He seems to be getting angrier and angrier. He then pulls the victim's head down, which exposes the back of his neck, and he hits the area twice with the machete.
Fucking
He doesn't
bitches.
strike overly hard, though it appears to stun the victim. Then, as the victim is hunched forwards, with the back of his neck exposed, the man with the machete stands up and strikes the victim on the back of the neck with a blade incredibly hard. It almost totally decapitates him. The man's body crumples onto the ground, and the only thing holding his head onto his body is the skin on the front of his neck. It's really hard to explain, but after the victim crumpled
This
on
guy
the
is
ground,
disturbed.
his head essentially got pulled back, so that the man's body is laying on its back, but the top of the man's head is parallel with the back, but you still see the intact segment of skin on the front of the man's neck. It basically looks like somebody whose neck has been completely broken. As the body lays on the floor, blood quickly puddles on the ground, and the flash of the recording device makes it almost appear fluorescent. The second man is then interrogated. He's on his knees on the ground, once again with his hands tied behind his back. He is kneeling forwards, exposing the back of his neck, while the machete-wielding killer holds the blade against him as he asks questions. The killer isn't as patient with the second victim, however, and after a few seconds, he takes the machete and swings it down hard on the back of a man's neck. It instantly cuts through the spinal cord, creating a loud cracking sound, and it essentially half decapitates the man. It twists the man's head 90 degrees, and his chin is resting on the top of his chest. He was instantly killed by the machete blow. The killer then takes the machete and strikes the corpse's right arm just below the shoulder 3 times. The arm is almost completely severed, being held together only by a few strands of skin. Blood continues to soak the concrete road. A couple of other rebels then enter shot and stab the dead man's corpse several times. They then hack away at the first 2 victims. One is then completely decapitated, and the head is held up to the camera. It's revealed at this point that the scene is taking place on a bridge. The man holding the head then throws it off the bridge. The final 2 victims are then interrogated as they are surrounded by rebels. You get an idea of just how many rebels there are at this point. I'd say at least 18 to 20. You see that one of the final victims, a bald man, has already had his ear severed, and blood is dripping like a leaky tap. The man to his right, slightly further away from the camera.
I don't know, I mean, it's a brutal video. Still, it seems a little tame compared to the cartel ones. Not to sound like a fucking... Dude, everyone's sweaty as shit. These are supposedly clean lobbies, but I really doubt it. Dude, this laptop's actually... I think this laptop might be getting me hot right now. I'm gonna join it again in a second, or just find another game. I'm so tired. Guess we got it on. Fuck! No. I hate switching my gun at the wrong time. Finally, man. Yeah, that guy's. I don't stand a chance against him. Ooh, thank God for that shit. Nice, guys. Proud of everybody.
Then has both of his ears severed. He grunts in pain as it is happening, though
Wonder how
seems
Fuentes is
utterly
doing.
resigned to his fate. At this point, something weird happens.
What the?
It's hard to explain, but the bald man, whose ears have been severed, then randomly starts to bleed a lot more. The dripping blood from his severed ears then turns to multiple jets of blood. Think of a plastic water bottle that you have pierced with a pin, and then think what would happen if you squeezed the bottle. That's what the jets of blood look like. The man to his right, out of nowhere, then has the back of his neck struck with a machete, and he crumples to the ground like a stack of bricks. He's instantly killed. The corpse is then stabbed in the back multiple times with a sword. Multiple men then point swords and machetes at the bald man as they appear to mock him. They seem fascinated with the way the man's bleeding. Jets of blood are spraying from both of his severed ears, even after all these minutes. As the video closes, one of the men with the swords then swings it like a baseball bat into the side of the man's neck. It drops him instantly, and the video then ends. As mentioned, the video is somewhat hard to explain. Some of the visuals I struggled to put into words, and the fact that it is filmed at night also makes it slightly harder to explain. However, what I can state with absolute conviction, as of recording, this is the worst video I've seen to come out of Myanmar. The worst video I've
Haitian
seen
cannibal.
challenges and social unrest has seen the emergence of various actors vying for power and influence. Among those figures stands Jimmy Barbecue Cherizier, whose rise within the paramilitary landscape has drawn attention both domestically and internationally. Understanding Cherizier's trajectory sheds light on the complex dynamics of power and governance in Haiti. To understand Cherizier's rise, one must first grasp the historical and contemporary context of Haiti. Born out of a successful slave revolt, Haiti's history is marked by both triumphs and struggles. Persistent political instability, corruption, economic disparity, and foreign intervention have contributed to a fractured society grappling with issues of governance and security. Against this backdrop, armed groups and paramilitary forces have often filled the power vacuum, further complicating the quest for stability and democratic governance. Jimmy Cherizier, known by his nickname Barbecue, hails from the neighborhoods of Port-au-Prince, Haiti's capital. His early life reflects the experiences of many Haitians: poverty, limited access to education, and the challenges of urban life. Like numerous young men in similar circumstances, Cherizier may have found himself drawn into street gangs or local militias, despite also working as a police officer as a means of survival or empowerment. The emergence of Cherizier as a significant paramilitary leader in Haiti carries profound implications for governance, security, and human rights. On one hand, his supporters view him as a champion of the marginalized, a symbol of resistance against oppression, and a force for social justice, as well as eliminating the so-called puppet government, which many believe are controlled by the Biden administration. However, critics argue that Cherizier's methods, which often involve extrajudicial violence and intimidation, undermine the rule of law and exacerbate the cycle of violence and impunity. Moreover, Cherizier's rise underscores the challenges facing Haiti's fragile democracy and institutions. The proliferation of armed groups and paramilitary forces threatens the country's stability, hindering efforts to establish the rule of law ensuring accountability and promoting
Now
inclusive
we doing good.
governance. The rise of Jimmy Barbecue Cherizier within Haiti's paramilitary
No.
landscape reflects the complex interplay of historical legacies, socio-economic realities, and political dynamics. His
Damn, let's go.
ascendance underscores the
I
enduring
want to throw a knife kill.
challenges facing Haiti as it seeks to navigate a path towards peace. He maintains a healthy support from the disenfranchised who are desperate for the country of Haiti to take a turn in a different direction. Western media have painted Jimmy Cherizier as being the tyrannical bad guy who must be stopped, though the wheels on that old tried and tested narrative seem to be falling off. We saw what happened.
Tonight eat barbecue when I go to vacation in Haiti. Bruh, motherfuckers are funny.
And Libya, when those in power were ousted, ultimately a vacuum was left that was filled with multiple warring factions, which in turn increased levels of violence. Libya, in particular, were decimated following the murder of Colonel Gaddafi, and they have yet to recover. I'm not saying Cherizier is a saint, nor am I supporting him, but let's face it, Western foreign policy in recent decades hasn't been the most effective. Instead, it's been destructive. Naturally, when they tell us this is the new bad guy, we should ask the question, are we being lied to, or is this just hysteria? More than likely, the truth is probably somewhere in the middle. What isn't in doubt, however, is barbecue's ties to criminal organizations. Jimmy Barbecue Cherizier was born in Delmas, Port-au-Prince, next to the slums of La Saline. He was one of a
How much for two niggas in Japan? What do you mean, like how much money you bring? Definitely more than 1K, then at least 2K if it's two people. I mean, don't expect to blow it all, but definitely have a lot of money on you, man. You never know what you need. You never know what you're gonna have to get, or what goes wrong. So it's always good to have a lot of yen and shit on you, bro. Not like you're gonna lose it anyway. I mean, it's Japan. You're so confident that. Let me know if that actually happens, man. I think you put too much stock into JBW as someone who's denied it for years, which is ironic. But started on Torchics. I mean, go for it. Yeah, Torchics are so cute. Pokemon Center's cool, man. Let's go. Oh, this guy sucks. He couldn't even aim. I believe Dawkins gets dick sucked by some Japanese hoes. It's kind of weird that you're manifesting it for him, and I know for a fact he doesn't believe he can do it. I mean, Nick said his fat white friend got 3 bitches in Japan. Probably bought their asses. I mean, if you're talking about getting them any means necessary, hell yeah, you're gonna get them. But you can also do the same thing in Toronto. You could buy somebody. Cause I'm pretty sure there's a lot of whorehouses in Japan. That's what I heard. Alright. Well, I mean, your goal shouldn't be able to make him degenerate, though. And race mix. You're an absolute hypocrite if that's the case. You should never complain about me fucking a white girl if that ever happens. God forbid I even fuck anybody. But a little hypocritical if you encourage race mixing for like your own, but not mine. But I mean, but not against your own people, but against other racist women. I mean, I've heard him on alcohol in the game. I mean, hopefully I see it in New York City too. If he pulls up. Oh my goodness, Mexican fucking cartel ass nigga, bruh.
Cherizia's mother worked as a fried chicken seller during.
Fuck. I was even playing and the nigga killed me. No, I'm gonna just join back. I want confidence to get up. Well, I mean, Doc wants. Oh my goodness. But do you think having meaningless sex is gonna put someone's self-esteem up? It sounds like a whore fucking thing. Yeah, Andrea dates. I can't believe you're dating this bitch. Like help him find a partner for life. Okay, not necessarily. Okay, I'm glad that you give context because I thought you meant just straight up. You just wanted to fucking just fornicate. That's kind of stupid. Like I don't fornicate. My confidence is more than probably a lot of people's. Damn it, where are they coming from, bro? I want Dr. C bitches go for him and have him build his confidence. If that's your whole purpose of going to Japan, that's a fucking stupid reason. If that's the whole purpose of bringing him, is for fucking hoping for female attention, you're not gonna have a good time. All these bitches are already taken or not even gonna be interested. Not like I'm not trying to put y'all down, but like that's the reality of Japan. Like most women aren't even looking for a partner or anything, or any hookups. A lot of times they just want to be left alone. Like if you really want him to get his confidence up, take him to somewhere like fucking Southeast Asia. If the goal is to get women, hopefully it's not. But like I said, you can't complain about race mixing ever again if any of your friends do it. If you encourage your friends to do it, don't complain about me doing it. That's funny. You put a lot of stock into being white. Like I said, you used to deny JBW, but you put a lot of stock into it. For someone who had never believed it. Damn. Huh. Well, you're gonna say he's my family? Oh, okay, corny. But like I said, you can't complain about me anymore. You support race mixing more than I do. Fuck! I wanted to get a throwing knife kill. Okay, but I don't believe that either. I'm pretty sure being non-white is not an advantage at all. White women still have the most in-group preference. Look at the stats, man. I mean, like, look at the stats when it comes to married women, married white women, white women on dating apps. It's like they have like the most in-group preference. It sounds like you do if you're taking your friend out and wanting to fucking pull girls that are of different races. Okay, but you're using race mixing. as a means to an end. What if I use? But if I use race mixing as a means to an end, such as i.e. getting more height. But who do you think women marry though? Their marriage. I mean, the person they choose to marry, not all the time, but a lot of times reflects who they hook up with or date, or who they prefer. I'm trying to remember like the type of people they're surrounded by, and white women surround themselves with their own. And even then, for hookups, like I said, dating apps already answers that. Dating. What do you think dating apps are for? Hookups. White women are on dating apps. White women prefer white men on dating apps. That is hookups. I want to see Doc make Ellie Rogers. That's weird as hell. That's actually funny. I do have lips though. Yes, dude. Dating apps have nothing serious, bruh, for the most part. And don't mention anything to do with my situation. Yeah, exactly. And dating apps aren't really it. And I still don't think dating apps are shit. Okay? No, I will not. That's a good one. Whatever, fuck a fat girl. Hell no. Dating apps are for, was it? Where are your RL homies? They left? Yeah, they all left, bro. They left early as hell, bro. They fucking couldn't hang, bro. Nobody can hang with me tonight, bro. Not even Duck. But that's actually a good question. Would you fuck a fat girl? I mean, you seem like you'll be able to fucking move that weight around easily. But yeah, no. Dating apps are still for hookups. They're not serious. They're terrible. I know you. What you're gonna say? I met my niche on it. You know about that. Hate to say it, bud. Well. Oh, fuck you, brother. Fucking weed logo. How are they not shit if you met the love of your life on them? That's hypocritical. I did not meet the love of my life on that. Shut the fuck up. One of them had work and the other one had church, so whatever. I'm not gonna knock them for those reasons. Like I said, as a rule, Virginia apps still aren't shit. Like you have like a small percentage of chance of finding someone decent on that, but all women over there have luggage and they suck. I'm being straight up with you, man. They're all there for a reason. Because women can find a man easily. If a woman has to go on a dating app to find someone, something's fucking wrong with her. I never smash a fat girl. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Exactly. Look at how Doc will be in Asia. He shouldn't race mix, but we all know he will. I guess, yeah. He's a base Latino males. What do you mean? Interesting. Like I said, I think you seem like someone that'll be compatible with a fat girl because you'll know how to move that extra weight around. Damn, I hate having to reload every fucking time I get a kill, bro. This is like skill-based matchmaking. I kill, I get killed. This feels like the same experience as like fucking modern Call of Duty right now. These games, because they're all so close. But you're right, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Nigga, why is my battery already at 5%? It's running out. Can I call you Cholo? No. Not Mexican. After this game, I probably gotta go. Or like, even during this game, I might have to go. This is gay. Oh, it's actually chilling, bro. It's all good. Fuck! I got fucking lunge knife by the same fucker. I should be using my knife, because my knife is quicker. Nice. What's the anime? By the way, tell your brother I said what's up, bruh. Give me your brother's name, nigga. Or give me his address. I mean, I already have his address. Just might as well give me his name. My brother asked if you think Tinder will be viable for Doc. I mean, I think dating apps are obviously skewed to the top 1%, but it doesn't hurt, I guess, trying that much. So, I mean, does he have odds? Yes, but are they big? No. So, if he wants to run the numbers game and put his confidence on the risk put his confidence at risk, he can go ahead and do it. Why not? Like, I mean, he could roll his dice. Never. You can keep calling him James and David. Yo, Doc on Tinder in Japan, Lamau. Not a lot of women use that. I think they might have another dating app